Today we are going to make checkerboard and pinwheel sugar cookies. I'm also going to show you how to add hearts and flower shapes in it. The cookie recipe is super easy and they will not spread in the oven. Once you master the technique, you can pretty much make any shape you like. Let's get started. First, sift the flour, cornstarch, and salt in a large bowl. In a standing mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, cream the butter and sugar on medium speed until it gets lighter in color. Now add the eggs, one at a time. Scrape the bowl down. Continue beating on medium speed until it's well incorporated. Once it's mixed well, pour in all the flour mixture. Add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Since I'm adding in a lot of flour, to prevent this from flying everywhere, I usually cover it with a kitchen towel at the beginning. Once it starts to come together, I'll remove the towel. Mix until everything is combined but still quite crumbly, because we'll have to mix a little bit more later. Now take out two batches. One weighs 500 grams and the other 100 grams. For what's left in the bowl, I'm going to grate a zest of one large orange in there. You can skip this if you want to, it's still going to be tasty. I'm adding orange zest because orange flavor goes very well with the chocolate. Now give it a quick mix. You'll know it's done when you start seeing them clinging to the paddle attachment. This is the consistency you want. It's like a Play-Doh. It's soft but firm to the touch and will not stick to your hands. Now we'll wrap this up loosely with plastic wrap and roll it out. I'm using two books with the same thickness to roll this out to the thickness I want, which is about 3/4 inch thick. You can use anything you have available. Now wrap it up nicely and put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes so it will firm up. Now put the 500 grams batch back into the mixer and sieve in 1/4 cups of cocoa powder. Add 1 tablespoon of milk and mix it up until there's no large visible pieces of yellow colored dough in there. If your chocolate batch looks too dry, you can add another half a tablespoon of milk. Now wrap it and roll it out the same way we did with the orange batch. Rolling the dough between two sheets of plastic wrap is the easiest way. It's no mess and will not stick. Put this in the fridge as well. Finally, for the small batch, I'm going to add red food color in there and mix it in by hand. If you only want to make checkerboard and pinwheel without the hearts and flowers, then you can skip this part and take out 600 grams initially to make the chocolate batch. For this batch, I'm going to roll it out to a thickness as how thick I want to slice the cookies. In this case, it's about 1/4 inch thick. I'm using a rolling pin that comes with some adjustable silicone rings, and this is great to roll out even thickness. If your rolling pin doesn't have one, you can just eyeball it and roll it out as evenly as you can. Wrap it up and put this in the fridge as well. Once it's firm, I'm going to cut out the orange and chocolate cookie dough into long square sticks. I have 9 orange strips and 8 of the chocolate ones. Now we'll form them into a checkerboard log. Brush the sides with egg whites so they will stick together. When done, wrap it up again and put it back into the fridge. I'm making a rectangular one for the second log. You can make it into 2 small square logs if you like, with just 2 strips of each color. Now for the scraps I have left, I'm going to roll them out separately. Lay the chocolate one on top of the orange and roll it up to form a pinwheel. This is a cookie dough, so when you roll it, it's going to crack a little. So apply a little bit of pressure and keep pressing it around as you roll. Wrap this up as well and put it in the fridge. We want it to firm up so we can slice them nicely. Now I'm going to use some cutter and cut out small hearts and flowers. Since the dough is chilled, it shouldn't stick to the cutter. If it does, then you can dust your cutter with some flour. Re-roll the scraps to get as many as possible. Now take the log out and slice it to the same thickness as we roll the red dough. If you are not planning to add any hearts or flowers, this will be it. You will just bake them like this. But I want to show you how you can add extra designs to the cookie, so now there's the extra steps. Cut out the shape in the cookie and insert the heart. Brush the cutouts with egg white as well so it will stick together better. As you can see, you can pretty much do any cutouts you like. Place the cookies on a silicone baking mat or parchment paper. These cookies will not spread in the oven, so you don't really need to leave a lot of space in between them. Place them in a preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for 18 minutes. If you're making a larger or thicker cookie, add a couple more minutes and keep an eye on it. Likewise, if your cookies are thinner, then shorten the baking time. You can tell that they're ready when you start seeing some light brown color at the bottom edge of the cookies. When they are done, the center of the cookies will be a little soft, so allow them to cool on the baking sheets for about 20 minutes. As you can see, they didn't spread in the oven. The sides are perfectly straight just as how I cut them. Once they come back to room temperature and firmed up, transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. And this is now completed. Thanks for watching.